Hi all, see this is a problem regarding obviously our area application of integration and area problem. So first we have to understand that what is the region, right? Now see that the region is bounded by y equal to x cube, y equal to x between the interval x is equal to 0 and x is equal to 1. So let's see that this is actually the plot. So obviously we see that this actually gives me the y equal to x cube curve, this is y equal to x curve, that's obvious, right? So the region between by x equal to 0 and x equal to 1, that's obviously the required region, right? So that shaded region, whatever we show it, that actually the problem here. Now see that, right? This region we are talking about. Now whenever we want to represent that, okay, we see that we are having a line x equal to alpha, already it's mentioned that divides the total region into 1 by 2 parts, right? That actually the given problem, right? Let's go ahead. So here we just give that name here. So the total here I consider this is the region R1, this is the region R2. So therefore we'll say that by this given problem the total region R is equal to R1 plus R2 and R1 is equal to R2. That's actually the problem, right? Now see that obviously, right, that for point of intersection, right, you can easily visualize that y equal to x and y equal to x cube, right, intersect each other at x equal to 1 point, right? So nothing need to be solved. You can substitute it and you can easily understand they will intersect at that. So we just write that y equal to x cube and y equal to x intersect each other at x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 0. Okay. Now see that what is the total region, right? So total area of R, that's equal to, now see that the total area, right, it's bounded by x equal to 0, x equal to 1, top curve is y equal to x, bottom curve is y equal to x square. So therefore it's the area between the two curves, so it will be 0 to 1. Obviously the top curve is x minus x to the power cube dx. That's the area. Let's calculate that area now. So it gives you that x square divided by 2 minus x to the power 4 divided by 4 in the limit 0 to 1. That means is 1 by 2 and 1 by 4. That actually gives me 1 by 4. So the area of the total region is actually 1 by 4, okay? Now let's try to calculate R1. You can calculate R2 as well. But see that to calculate R2, I have to take the limit from alpha to 1, right? Why should I make our life difficult? So that's why it is considered from 0 to alpha, right? Now see that the area of R1, that's definitely became in 0 to alpha, the same integration x minus x cube dx. Now comparing with that, you can easily say that, let's do that stuff, x squared divided by 2 minus x to the power 4 divided by 4 and limit 0 to alpha. Therefore we'll get it as alpha squared divided by 2 minus alpha to the power 4 divided by 4. That's actually the region. Now see that as R1 equal to R2, so therefore you can say that R is equal to 2 times of R1, right? So therefore you can say that by 1, the region R or area R is equal to 2 times of R1. So if I apply that, we'll get it as 2 times of alpha squared divided by 2 minus alpha to the power 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1 by 4. That's imply that, right, that it will be 8. So 4 alpha square minus 2 alpha to the power 4 is equal to 1. That's imply that we'll get that quadratic equation as 2 alpha to the power 4 minus 4 alpha square and plus 1, that's equal to 0. So this is the equation, and obviously see that in that problem obviously option A is the correct answer. But that's not all. Why? Because see that if I see the other two options, right, we are obviously given us that some ranges of alpha. So it's better to calculate that and see that is it which is the correct option. Now only one thing is that see alpha is actually divide that range, right? So it is obvious that, right, that see that x is equal to alpha divide the region. So it's obvious that alpha lies between 0 to 1, because if alpha is not in that interval, obviously it can't divide it, right? So that's the one condition. Now see that if I consider that equation, right, and let us trying to calculate what is alpha square. Can I factorize? I don't think so. Okay, so let's go ahead. So see that here we are trying to do it as a completing the square form or divide. So we'll get it alpha to the power 4 minus 2 alpha square plus 1 by 2, that's equal to 0. That's imply that we'll get it as alpha square minus 1 whole square. So here we add 1. So therefore I have to add 1 by 2, and that's why it's 1 by 2. That's imply that alpha square is equal to 1 plus minus 1 by root 2. That's imply that. Now see that if I consider that 1 plus 1 by root 2, right, that cannot be considered here. Why? Because if alpha is that, right, it will be greater than 1. So we'll say that as alpha is belongs to the closed interval, or not close actually, let's use that not use that interval notation, 0 less than alpha less than 1. So that's imply that 0 less than alpha square less than 1 as well, because see that if the value between 0 to 1 interval, obviously the square is also became very minimum, right? See that it's 0.5. What is 0.5 square? Is 0.25, right? So it will not increase. But if alpha greater than 1, alpha square will be it will become bigger one, right? So that's why in that case we don't able to make any conclusion. So now let's go ahead. So therefore in this problem we'll say that alpha square is definitely be 1 minus 1 by root 2. That gives you that root 2 minus 1 divided by root 2. So that's imply that alpha square is equal to 2 minus root 2 divided by 2. That's it. So therefore, we can say that alpha square is actually 2 minus root 2 divided by 2. Now from here, we are not able to make that conclusion because we need to find the value of alpha. So here, let us go ahead and substitute, right, that value of root 2. Root 2, we know that 1.41 and all that. So for simple calculation, right, that here seeing that problem, we just approximate root 2 by 1.4. So therefore, we'll see that alpha square is equal to 2 minus 1.4 divided by 2, that gives you actually 0.3. Now therefore we can see that now 0.3 is obviously greater than 0.25. Now why I consider 0.25? Because it is 1 by 4. That's imply that alpha square is greater than 1 by 4. Now as alpha square is greater than 1 by 4, so obviously alpha is greater than 1 by 2, right? So alpha is greater than 1 by 2, okay? Also, we know that alpha is less than 1. So therefore, the interval will be 1 by 2 less than alpha less than 1. And that's why for this problem, obviously you'll see that option C is also the correct answer. And that's it, okay? So if we keep it here itself, you don't get the full marks, right? Because on that kind of problem, both options need to be ticked. Otherwise, 50% marking will be deducted and all the stuff, right? Obviously based on that exam pattern, okay? And that's it. So hope you understood the problem. Thank you.